they do need to relax, because it's never been done in the history of the game where 25 guys get released. So, you know, they should relax. If one guy is going to go, it's going to be me, not them. So relax and play the game.
From Progressive Field in downtown Cleveland, Ohio, the Indians return home with an 8-game losing streak in tow as they take on the New York Yankees. Hi again, everyone. Matt Underwood alongside Rick Manning. And, you know, maybe that's the good news, is that the Indians are back home where they're 30-29 on the year, because, Rick, the road has been an absolute disaster for them of late.
Yeah, when you go back and you look at that Detroit series where they were able to beat Justin Verlander, they won 2 out of 3. They hit the road and they started to play poorly ever since that point. It's hard to figure out the road. And when you look at it, from that point, they have lost 21 out of 25 ball games. And the reason being, they've lost 11 in the standings, and you can see they're not scoring 1 less run per game. They're giving up 2 more. I mean, when you watch it day in and day out, you know they're not pitching well enough, they're not hitting well enough, they're not hitting in the clutch, and now the bullpen's giving it away. So it has been a long, rough stretch for the Indians.
And, of course, when a team struggles, as the Indians have, lots of speculation starts to run rampant. Indians owner Paul Dolan said yesterday he's not looking to make a change. He's not looking to fire the manager or the general manager. He says, you know, they'll look at the offseason to assess things and figure out what went wrong during this horrid stretch of baseball for the Indians. Here's Indians general manager Chris Antonetti.
No one's more disappointed than myself, the coaching staff, and the players. But the reality is there's nothing we can do about what's happened in the season to date, but there's a lot we can do about going forward. And that's where our focus is right now. How can we make the most out of the last 6 weeks of the season? Because it's an important 6 weeks. It's an important 6 weeks for every guy on the roster, and it's an important 6 weeks for our organization.
If you are in a Cleveland Indians uniform right now, you have an opportunity to open some eyes. I mean, this is an open tryout camp, because I'll tell you what, they are looking, and it is a very important period of time. Even though they're out of it and they played their way out of it, somebody's got to stand up and show that they can play baseball here.
Well, one guy who's going to get another opportunity is Matt Laporta, who was called up today. He's in the starting lineup batting 6th against CC Sabathia as we take a look at our Nissan Road Ahead pitching matchup.
Yeah, CC coming off the disabled list. He's 12-3 on the year, getting his first start here in Cleveland and against the Indians this year. He's 3-0 in August. He's always been a good second-half pitcher. He will be matched up against Corey Kluber, looking for his first win. No better team to get it than the New York Yankees. He's going to come out. He's going to have everything working in his arsenal tonight to get the W.
Get to a Nissan dealer for special offers on innovation that excites. If you want a silver lining, how about this? The Yankees have lost 5 of their last 6 against pitchers they've never seen before, and they're 7-11 on the year against rookie starters. We're back with tonight's play-by-play action coming up next on Sports Time Ohio. Beautiful night here at Progressive Field as the Indians and the Yankees square off in Game 1 of a 3-game series. Corey Kluber getting ready on the hill for the Tribe. Let's take a look at Joe Girardi's starting lineup for the New York Yankees, brought to you by Kia. Derek Jeter in the leadoff spot, followed by Nick Swisher and then Robinson Cano. Mark Teixeira in the cleanup spot, then Curtis Granderson and Eric Chavez. Russell Martin bats 7th, Raul Ibanez 8th, and Ichiro Suzuki bats 9th.
26-year-old Corey Kluber on the mound, brought to you by MLB.com at Bat 12. Follow the Indians everywhere. He will be making his 5th start, and of course his very first against the New York Yankees. So he's got an opportunity to come home. He's lost his last 2 starts after first 2 no decisions. He gave up 5 innings, 4 hits, 4 runs, no earned runs in his last start against the A's. So we'll see if he can come in and keep his ball club in this one for early part of this game. Let's take a look at the defense for the Indians. Donald gets the start in left, Brantley at center, Chewin right, Lillibridge at third, Cabrera at short, Kipnis is at second, Laporta is back in the lineup playing first, Santana behind the plate.
Field and Culbreth calling the balls and strikes. Adrian Johnson at first, the crew chief Gary Cedarstrom at second, and DJ Rayburn down at third. Derek Jeter steps in for New York. And what a season Jeter is having, leading the major leagues in hits. And he takes a strike from Corey Kluber. Jeter comes in 3rd in the American League in batting average of .324. But 169 hits on the year. Kluber just missing with the fastball. It's 1-1. Down low, 2 balls and a strike. Jeter has always hit well here in Cleveland. His first game in this ballpark, he hit a home run, and in that first series, he went 4 for 8. Drives that to deep right field. Chu on the run, looking up. It is off the wall. Jeter heading for second. And Chu's throw not in time. Jeter leads it off with a double, his 28th two-bagger of the year. And that patented inside-out swing, and he can drive the ball to the opposite field with the best of them.
The .363 hitter in this ballpark just went up, and he does a tremendous job. That's right down the middle. And with that inside-out swing, as you say, he takes it off the wall. He's lucky it stayed in. That wind's blowing in from right center field, or it might have been out of here. He'll start it off with a double. Kluber has got to get the ball down to this team.
Nick Swisher steps in, the switch hitter, with 18 homers and 69 runs batted in on the year.
Yeah, he's hitting just Jeter about 400 in the first inning.
Nobody has homered more than the New York Yankees. They've belted 193 home runs as a team. And that's the franchise's most homers through 124 games.
Well, you know their ballpark. Look, these guys can hit home runs. There's no question about it. But
that ballpark's tailor-made.
Yes, it is. They got guys, they can just hammer it out there.
But when you think about the history of this franchise and some of the great
True.
power hitters they've had over the years, hard to believe that this edition, at least to this point in the season, has homered more than any.
Right.
Kluber deals, and it's outside ball 1. Our stat of the game brought to you by your Northern Ohio GMC dealers, and Corey Kluber in the first inning has been roughed up. You remember back to his first start against Kansas City, and they jumped on him. The first pitch he threw wound up over the fence for a home run. And he struggled to get out of that first inning, then settled down and pitched well after, but he's got to do a better job of getting out of the gate.
Well, and getting it down, establishing your pitches. And this is a team that can't fall behind. That's been the Indians' problem, falling behind early and having to play catch-up all game long.
There's a drive to deep right field. Chu's going to watch this one hit just in front of the fence. Short hops the wall. Jeter scores easily. And Swisher into second base with an RBI double, and the Yankees lead it 1-0.
Well, the Yankees have lost 3 in a row. They want to take it out on somebody. And it looks like it may be Corey Kluber. Another ball hit almost in the same spot. A fastball, middle, thigh high. And Swisher jumps on it. That is his 29th double of the year, his 70th RBI, and the Yankees are going to play from in front. Back-to-back doubles to start this ball game off.
Robinson Cano looks at ball 1. During the Indians' current 8-game losing streak, they have held the lead for a total of 4 innings. And they're behind tonight before they come to bat. The 1-0. Missed inside to Cano. 2 balls, no strikes. All Cano has done is 6 for 12 against Indians pitching this year. And in his career, a .340 hitter against the Tribe. His best batting average against any AL opponent. And he looks at a ball outside. It's 3-0.
You know, and it's rough when you come up against this lineup and you're facing them for the first time. Look, they're facing him, Corey Kluber, for the first time as well. But the 2 balls that were hit, I mean, if we show you the replays, you're going to see it's right down the middle, and they don't miss pitches like that. They're veteran hitters.
.30 misses, ball 4. And there are 2 on, still nobody out. As Mark Teixeira comes to the plate, and Carlos Santana going to go out and try to settle down Kluber.
Well, here's the first hit, Jeter. It's a breaking ball, and I mean, there you'll see. It will not hit Santana's glove if he leaves the ball in that spot. And here comes a fastball. And Swisher, he buries it into right center field. And then he was afraid to throw a strike to Cano. Well, it doesn't get any easier because now you got Teixeira, a guy coming up with 23 homers and 80 ribbies.
And behind him, Granderson, who has 32 home runs on the year. So
yeah, it's just never ending. You just gotta go out there and battle and get your ball down. Easier said than done. Get ahead of them, throw quality strikes, and get them to swing at your pitch. It's not that easy.
Now, as I mentioned at the top of our telecast, the Yankees, like a lot of veteran hitting teams, they've had trouble with pitchers that they haven't seen before. But tonight they've jumped on Kluber right out of the gate.
Well, nothing that a ground ball here wouldn't cure. And turn a pair. They have 3 over on the right side of the infield.
And it's outside ball 1 to Mark Teixeira. Two and 0. And after 6 straight balls, he's now only thrown 3 strikes out of his 13 pitches. And 2 of those strikes were mashed.
What happens with him, it's like a lot of young pitchers. Let's see a changeup. Let's see him throw a changeup and slow him down a little bit. The slider to Jeter was up. That's like a cutter. That's also 91. He's throwing 91 to 93. He's got to back some of these guys off the pitches. Right there, Teixeira just wanted to see what he had to offer. He's taking that for later in the at-bat. Or his next at-bat. Just let me see what you got 2-0. He sees the cutter.
In tight. Might have been another cutter. 3-1. Line to right. Chu on the move. He'll make the catch. And the runners hold. 1 down here in the first. And now Curtis Granderson. Curtis Granderson, 32 home runs, 73 runs batted in.
Already Chris Seddon is up in the Indians bullpen, the left-hander getting loose. Good off-speed pitch had Granderson out in front.
Change up right there. That's okay. He was geared for the fastball. Comes back. 1-0 count. Hitter's looking fastball, and he gets the changeup. So, okay. Backing off.
And now Kluber jumps ahead 1-2. Indians still have a three-man shift on the right side of the infield. As you get a look at Swisher and Cano, the base runners. Hanging breaking ball, that's dumped into right field. That'll load them up with one out. As Granderson delivers the third hit of the inning for New York.
He got a curveball, and this pitch he left upstairs. Granderson was able to go out there and keep his hands back. Watch him tap and just wait on it because it's elevated. It's belled high. So everything in this first inning is upstairs by Kluber. I think even the pitch that Teixeira flew out to right field on was up.
Eric Chavez hitting .294. He's done a nice job filling in for Alex Rodriguez, who took batting practice before the game today. Rodriguez suffered a broken bone in his hand when he was hit by a pitch back on July 25th. Fastball in for a strike. It's 0-2. Bases loaded, one out here in the first as Kluber tries to work his way through it. Swung on and missed. First strikeout, 2 down in the inning. Good spot to throw the changeup.
Yeah, you can see it held deeply in his hand and out of the zone. He was ahead of a hitter, and he gets Chavez to chase it. So that's out number 2.
And it's going to bring up Russell Martin. And the Yankees catcher hitting just .194. Swung on and missed. The 0-1. Way outside. Evens the count, 1 ball, 1 strike. Martin just has 7 hits in his last 44 at-bats. Checks on the ball down low. He didn't go around. And it's 2-1. Fouled back. You talked about the Yankees and how they take advantage of their home ballpark. Martin, even though he's a right-handed hitter, 10 of his 14 home runs have come in New York. I wonder how many of them have been opposite field. Maybe.
Yeah, he's not a guy that pushed that ball that way. But there's a lot of right-handers that go into that ballpark, and they're not afraid. They know they can hit it out there.
Ball got loose from the bullpen as Seddon continues to warm. This will be the 28th pitch of the inning right here for Corey Kluber.
Well, if he can get out of it and just give up the 1 run on 3 hits, maybe he could take a deep breath and relax.
Breaking ball, bang foul. Nick Swisher, who doubled in Jeter, is at third. Robinson Cano, who walked, is at second. And Curtis Granderson, who singled to load the bases, is at first with 2 down. Two and a full count. Raul Ibanez would be next. Corey Kluber, his 30th pitch of the inning. And everybody moves on the payoff pitch to Russell Martin. Popped in the air. Right field. Chu makes the catch, and a very good job of getting out of trouble by Corey Kluber. He gives up just the 1 run, and the Yankees leave him loaded. The Indians are coming to bat. The Indians come to bat here in the bottom of the first against CC Sabathia and Manny Acta's starting lineup, brought to you by Progressive Insurance, proud to be the official auto insurance provider of the Cleveland Indians. Jason Kipnis has Dribble Cabrera and Shin-Soo Choo with a couple of homers on the last road trip. Carlos Santana, Michael Brantley, and Matt Laporta back in the big leagues. And hitting 6th tonight, Brent Lillibridge, Shelley Duncan, and Jason Donald.
Well, CC Sabathia, the 32-year-older, will make his 21st start. Just coming off the disabled list today, he had some tightness in that left elbow. He's won his 2 starts in the month of August. In his career, in 5 starts, he is 2-1 against the Indians. And he is 2-1 in this ballpark, as a matter of fact. You can see 3.56 ERA.
And CC winds and delivers, and Kipnis takes a strike over the outside corner.
CC, a guy that's always been a good second half pitcher. He's 87-45 in his 164 starts following the break.
Fouled away. Steve Smith is always coaching at third. Sandy Alomar coaching at first base tonight. He's in for Tom Wiedenbauer. Now the 2-strike pitch. And a breaking ball hit on the ground to second. Robinson Cano will flip it to first. 1 down.
Let's take a look at the Yankees Home Depot defense this evening. It looks like this. It'll be Ichiro, who is in left field, Granderson in center, Swisher in right, Chavez at third, Jeter at short, Cano at second, Teixeira at first with Martin behind the plate. More savings, more doing. That's the power of the Home Depot.
And here is Asdrubal Cabrera. Fastball up high, ball 1. Cabrera 0 for his last 9. Right back to the screen. In half as many at-bats, Cabrera has a much better batting average against lefties than he does right-handers, hitting .294 against southpaws. But for Cabrera, the bulk of his at-bats against the right-handers. And that's where he has most of his home runs. 10 of his 13 have come from the other side of the plate. Now the former teammates square off again. The 1-1 pitch. Up high with the heater.
CC will move that heater around, throw it to both sides of the plate, a good slider and a changeup. And he will throw that changeup at any time. A lot of times he'll throw it in a fastball count, 2-0-3-1.
Fastball hit on the ground, but Cano had him shaded perfectly up the middle. 2 away. Injury report brought to you by Elk & Elk. Serious lawyers for serious injuries. Call 1-800-ELK-OHIO. And for the Yankees, Ivan Nova on the DL with an inflamed right rotator cuff. He's had a pretty good season, going 11-7 with a 4.92 ERA. But boy, he's really struggled in his last 10. Obviously, the Yankees feel like the shoulder problem is a big part of that.
Yeah, they have had their issues with guys on the disabled list this year, haven't they?
Well, they're missing the greatest closer in the history of the game, Mariano Rivera, who's out for the year with torn ACL in his knee that he suffered shagging fly balls in batting practice.
Well, Andy Pettit, who got hurt, we hit a ball off his ankle and broke it in New York.
Back on June 28th. And I mentioned earlier, A-Rod on July 25th was hit by a pitch, and that was Felix Hernandez who hit him and broke that bone in his hand, I do believe.
Yeah, he hit 3 guys in one day, yes.
But they're expecting him to be back very soon. Chu, swing and a miss. Really tied him up inside with that fastball, and it's 1-2. Missed inside. 2 balls, 2 strikes. The 2-2. Swung on and missed. Chu strikes out, and the Indians go 1-2-3. New York 1, Cleveland nothing after an inning.
Brought to you by McDonald's Cherry Berry Chiller. Cherry and raspberry flavors blended with ice and 100% fruit juice. By AT&T, the nation's largest 4G network. AT&T, rethink possible. And by your Northern Ohio Toyota dealers. It was a 30-pitch first inning for Corey Kluber. And he was able to get out of a bases-loaded one-out jam, surrendering just the 1 run on the back-to-back doubles to start the game. Raul Ibanez, DHing for New York, will lead off here in the second. Kluber, a first pitch strike down at the knees. Pulled foul, and the count quickly 0-2. New York has lost 4 straight road games for the second time this year. Remember, they were swept in a 4-game series at Oakland last month.
Yeah, every game was by 1 run out there. And the White Sox just did them the honor. They spent the off day here yesterday waiting for this series to start, but the White Sox beat them 3 straight.
Swung on and missed. Ibanez down swinging. Second strikeout for Kluber. 1 down here in inning number 2. Well, the Indians, as we mentioned, come in with an 8-game losing streak. What's the mindset of the team coming in? Here's Katie Witham.
Well, Matt, I had a chance to speak with both Jason Kipnis and Vinny Pistano today, and they both told me frustration does not even describe what this team is feeling right now. You can tell every pitch thrown, every swing that's taken has something else behind it. They know that they're forcing the issue, kind of hoping for that miracle playoff run. Now, they did have a players' meeting today. The message was simple. Put all of that stuff aside and just focus on tonight's game.
The 1-0 pitch to Ichiro is swung on and missed. Well, obviously that's the thing in baseball that you have to do. It's about this pitch. It's about this inning. You can't worry about anything else.
Well, I know it's an old cliche, but you know what I want to see? I want to see guys start having fun, enjoying to play the game. I don't see many people smiling out here and having for the last month.
Ichiro's smiling after he dumps one into left field for a base hit.
The fun is playing the game. That should be the fun. There's a little cutter and the old inside-out swing. You talk about that, there's not much you can do there. And that had some spin to it. Whatever that hit out there on the outfield.
And Derek Jeter climbs in. Doubled to right field his first time up. Oh, man, Jeter took one in the helmet. Spins out of the way immediately as Joe Girardi came sprinting from the top step of the dugout to check on Jeter. He says he's fine. He's just not real thrilled about being drilled in the dome.
No, that's a no siree. That is not good. Unless that ball gets up, he's got something to say, and you can tell he's saying it right now to Kluber as he's walking to first. He's upset more than anything else. But you go up and in there, and it took it off the helmet. I don't know exactly where, but he right now is about as mad as you can get. Look at, he doesn't even want to talk to anybody. And he's telling Laporta something right now. You go ahead, you tell whoever. Oh, wow. He is lucky. That ball was right on the ear flap. Holy smokes. He didn't go down, and, I mean, he turned as good as he could get out of the way. There's nothing he could do to get out of the way. Oh, he's lucky, and he is upset, and rightfully so.
Carlos Santana's the leadoff batter next inning. He might be a little on edge when he steps
I'm telling
in the
you,
box.
yes, indeed. No, balls get away and things like that, but when it's at the coconut, I don't care. It's not good for anybody in baseball.
Nick Swisher looks at ball one down low. He checks. It's a called strike. 1-1. And now he's falling behind Swisher. 2-1. Two on, one out. Kluber's 2-1 pitch. Up high, 3 balls and a strike.
Well, the pitch that he's gone to when he's had to throw a strike has been that cutter today. But I don't know if getting Jeter in the head has upset him out there or what.
Here's a 3-1 now. And that looked like a really good pitch, but it's called ball 4, and the bases are loaded again.
I think this ball gets Jeter in the ear flap because he turned late. And that means that tell me he couldn't get out of the way. He knew it was, oh my goodness,
right on
did.
the bill, almost like it took his cap right off with the
know,
bill.
Who was
Remember
it?
Howie Kendrick in Anaheim.
Anaheim, exactly. From that was off Ubaldo.
Yeah. So the bases are loaded with 1 out. And Robinson Cano, who walked his first time up on 4 pitches, is the batter. And a first pitch off-speed delivery by Kluber had Cano out in front.
Well, his pitches are going to be numbered here. He's already at 44. You're in the second inning, you have 1 out, and this is the second time they've had bases loaded in as many innings.
That's low. 1 ball, 1 strike. Went back to the same pitch, but that time Cano lays off it. Chris Seddon had been warming up in that first inning. Bullpen quiet at the moment. Another hit could change that. Fouled off his foot.
We started our last road trip out in L.A. Here's Jimenez. Kendrick, that one off the bill. Tonight, same thing, right off the bill and that ear flap. Spinning that helmet off the head. I'll tell you what, he's upset right there. This guy plays the game the way it's supposed to be played, and he is not a happy camper.
See him waving the tray to get off the field.
Yeah, he didn't want to let anybody know. He's fine.
The 1-2. And Cano looks outside. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Ruben Niebla looking on as Kluber, struggling here in the inning, has run the count full to Robinson Cano. Mark Teixeira waits on deck. And now Cano steps out. And Chris Seddon is about to get busy once again in the Indians bullpen. There goes the lanky left-hander, as this will be the 49th pitch already by Kluber with one out in the second inning. And the 3-2 is hit up the middle, hit the mound, big hop for Kipnis to Cabrera for one on to first, a double play. So Kluber walks the tightrope here in the second, makes it to the other side as the Yankees hit into a double play to end the inning. Bottom of the second inning here at Progressive Field. Yankees with a 1-0 lead. And Carlos Santana will lead off for the Tribe. Sabathia set him down 1-2-3 in the first inning. And a fastball down low, ball one. At the knees, outside corner, 1 ball, 1 strike. Missed up and away.
There's that changeup, 2-1 count. Thinking the hitters are going to be aggressive there. You'll see that a lot. CC, a guy that doesn't like to walk a lot here. There's only 35 walks in his 141 or 142 innings.
How to play a full count.
And he has not walked more than 2 batters in any of his last 11 starts. This guy, he's just a grinder and always has been. You know, this is with a team like the Yankees. When you look at his pitching lines dating back all year and all of his starts, how many times do you see him leading after, you know, when he leaves the ball game, they put up some runs for him?
Hit on the ground to short. In the hole, Jeter makes a nice stop and throws him out 1 away. Before Michael Brantley steps in, let's check out the AT&T trivia question tonight. Derek Jeter, the all-time leader in hits as a shortstop. Who's second and third? We'll have the answer coming up later in the game. And there's Michael Brantley. Showing bunt, takes a strike. Fouled into the chest protector of Russell Martin. And the count 0-2 on Michael Brantley now. Now the 0-2. Breaking ball, got him looking. Second strikeout for Sabathia, 2 down in the inning.
And this is the neutralizer for the left-handers. That breaking ball starts out behind you, and you can see it right there. Michael knew it. And take the walk back to the dugout. You know, normally he's tough and he's got a good eye on those breaking balls from the left-hander. That one gets him.
Swung on and missed. Sinking fastball to Matt Laporta. CC Sabathia trying to become the all-time winningest pitcher in Progressive Field history. He and Charlie Nagy both with 50 career wins here. And it's down low. Matt Laporta getting another opportunity. Hits it on the ground in the hole. Jeter with a stop from the outfield grass. The throw. They punch him out at first. Derek Jeter from deep in the hole. Didn't time it perfectly, but he still had enough on it to get him. Just a reminder, as you enjoy a cold one, to stay tuned later in the game for Miller Time, brought to you by Miller Lite. For New York, Mark Teixeira will lead off, then Curtis Granderson and Eric Chavez. Shout out to Jonathan Tomlinson, who is from Delaware, Ohio, and a fantasy camper this past year. He threw out one of the ceremonial first pitches tonight. Well, the Yankees have had golden opportunities to do some damage here early, but Corey Kluber has been able to get out of trouble. But he's already made 50 pitches in the game.
Well, you'll only be able to dodge those bullets for so long. You know, when you have that, what do you have, a 30 pitch and a 20 pitch inning?
Yep.
You got to go out there. And this is a patient lineup. The veteran hitters, they're not going to give you easy innings.
Good breaking ball there, and it's 1-2. Almost chased after it, and I guess he did. He takes off for first base.
Well, he wasn't going to wait. He just felt he swung. He wasn't going to wait for the did you and check and get tagged out, so he took off.
Third strikeout for Corey Kluber as Teixeira just couldn't help himself on that breaking ball, and it was in the dirt.
He knew he did.
Yep. Curtis Granderson, a base hit his first time up. And Kluber with a first pitch strike. He almost offered at it, but pulled the bat back in time, 1-1.
No, he's one of those guys when they have the three on the right side and Lillibridge stays way back at first. He was going to take that bunt base hit, see how he reacted. That's why he did it a second time. He's not one of those guys that sees this kind of defense very often. So he says, well, they need a base runner. I'll get on. I'll lay one down. He's used to be a leadoff hitter and was a leadoff hitter with the Yankees and certainly was in Detroit.
Waves at that one, 2-2.
And now it took him out of his game, maybe. He could go square around twice, and then he throws a fastball by him.
Check, did he? No, says DJ Rayburn down at third on a full count.
Not even close.
Payoff pitch. Broke his bat. Weakly hit. Kipnis charges in from the outfield grass to throw him out, 2 down. Let's go back downstairs to Katie.
Well, Matt, the Indians are trying to make it as easy as possible for you to get out here to the ballpark with their transportation options. You can jump on a free shuttle from Ohio City, park right next door in the Gateway Garage, or get a family pass on the RTA rail service. A round-trip ticket for the whole family caps your price at just $10. All the information is online for you now at Indians.com. Guys, back to you.
Thanks, Katie. Here is Eric Chavez, who struck out with the bases loaded and 1 out in the first inning. Kluber got ahead of him and got him to chase the changeup. Fouled out of play to the left. 1 ball, 1 strike. Now Kluber's 1-1, and a breaking ball yanked foul.
Well, he could certainly use this 1-2-3 inning.
Got him swinging. Fourth strikeout for Corey Kluber, and the Yankees go 1-2-3. We go to the bottom of the third, 1-0 New York. Beautiful sunset here in downtown Cleveland. Yankees with a 1-0 lead as we go to the bottom of the third. Bottom third of the Indians order coming up. And Brent Lillibridge takes a called strike. It's too high.
You know, when CC went out on the DL, felt that he was only going to need the 2 weeks, you know, and he'll be right back, which he is tonight. But the big test for him will be tomorrow to see how it responds after, you know, game action. Because they certainly need him in that rotation. We're going to face Hiroki Kuroda tomorrow, who's done really a nice job for them.
Yeah, but you're right. CC's the main cog.
Yes, he is. Rotation. He's the grinder. He's the guy that everything, you know, spins off of. Then we'll get the other veteran, Freddie Garcia, on Sunday.
Lillibridge chases one in the dirt. And that's the third strikeout for Sabathia. All right. Derek Jeter, who was hit by a pitch his last time up. With more on that, here's Katie.
Well, Matt, if you remember, they actually had to give Jeter another helmet to wear when he went out to first base. They just brought his original helmet over here to the third base side. I had a chance to take a look at it. His helmet was actually cracked in 2 different spots on the top part of the left side of his bill. And then that's pretty scary, guys.
Yeah,
absolutely.
You know, you could just tell by his reaction. He was not only scared, he was really, really mad.
Here's Shelley Duncan taking a breaking ball for a strike.
And he's lucky it got the helmet. That's why they wear them. That's why you have the protection.
Now the 0-1. Duncan fouls it off the railing down the left side. Down in the dirt. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Speaking of Derek Jeter, the other day, Skip Bayless, who was a talking head on ESPN, insinuated that maybe the reason for Jeter's renaissance year with the Yankees has something to do with performance enhancement. The 1-2 pitch, hammered foul. When Jeter was made aware of the comments made by Bayless, he tried to shrug it off as Derek Jeter has done throughout his career. But I think it definitely got under his skin a little bit, because he said, the problem is nowadays people can say anything they want in this era, and there's no repercussions. Maybe Skip Bayless should be tested, he said.
No one's held accountable. You can say whatever you want, and he's right.
Down in the dirt.
Had to kill some time on his show and wants a response. Huh? Let's generate some ratings so people watch. It's an idiot.
I think your comments fall in line with a lot of people who have watched him.
Well, yeah, no kidding. He's only been doing it since 1995 and doing it the same way.
Duncan waves at the pitch outside. 4th strikeout for Sabathia. 2 down in the 3rd. Here's our minor league update, brought to you by University Hospitals. Joseph Wendell, who was a 6th-round pick this year out of Westchester University in PA, in 50 games at Mahoning Valley, hitting over 300 with 3 homers, 29 driven in. Here is Jason Donald. A little bit outside for ball 1. Chopped off the plate, and it will go foul. So 1 ball, 1 strike count for Jason Donald as he trots back to home plate. Fastball away, hit to Teixeira, who backhands it and beats him to the bag. The Indians go 1-2-3, and we'll go to the 4th. 1-0 New York.
Well, bring your pooch down to the ballpark Wednesday night when the Indians will take on the Oakland A's. The return of Puppy Palooza is back. It's presented by Northeast Ohio Regional Sewer District. And enjoy your dogs for just $1, courtesy of Sugardale. Log on to Indians.com for the tickets.
Russell Martin leading off for New York. And a breaking ball in for strike one from Corey Kluber. Martin fly to right, leaving the bases loaded to end the first inning. And he cuts through the curveball there. And a third straight breaking ball is in the dirt.
Well, once again, a start where Kluber came out early, was hit around a little bit, was able to, get through the tough water, settle in. Second inning, he escaped, not allowing a run, although he had the bases full. Had a 1-2-3 inning. And, from now on, could choose another one. As many pitches as he threw in those first two innings, his day will be numbered here soon.
Fastball hit on the ground to first. Laporta knocks it down, flips it to Kluber. One away. Our great clip of the game from Wednesday in Seattle. Zach McAllister. Well, another case of a guy deserved a better fate. Just didn't get enough offensive support on that day. Great clips. It's going to be great.
No, he needs some support, but that's been the issues. He's pitched well. He's pitched very well. I think he's probably been the most consistent guy the Indians have had over the last 5-6 weeks.
Raul Ibanez, a strikeout victim his first time up, looks at ball one. Kluber has struck out 4 Yankee batters. In their last game, they struck out a season-high 15 times. 13 were against the left-hander Chris Sale of Chicago, who's had a terrific year for the White Sox. Hit foul, 2-1. Ibanez cuts and misses. It's 2-2. Hit to second, a leaping grab by Kipnis for out number 2. He was at the top step of the ladder. He had nowhere else to go, and he was able to snare that for out number 2 here in inning number 4.
Little backhanded stab as well. This will be our McDonald's. I'm loving it. Timed it. Takes a hit away from Ibanez. That'll be out number 2 in the inning.
And with 2 down, Ichiro Suzuki looks at a strike. He blooped a single over the shortstop's head. Asdrubal Cabrera back in the second inning. Fouled out of play. The 1-2 pitch fouled away. On the ground to first, Laporta stays with the tricky hop, flips to Kluber, and the Yankees go 1-2-3. And the Indians' right-hander has retired 7 New York hitters in a row. Out of the bottom of the 4th. Top of the order due up for the Indians. CC Sabathia, 9 up, 9 down. He has struck out 4 Indians through the first 3 frames. In fact, the Indians have not hit a ball out of the infield yet. 5 ground outs and the 4 strikeouts. Jason Kipnis bounced to second his first time up. And looks at ball 1 down low. In tight, 2-0. This will be the 40th pitch for Sabathia tonight. And that one ripped the mask off of Russell Martin.
Send along some birthday wishes. Belated Richard Gondor is turning 87 for Ocala, Florida. Arnold Barzak, 75 from Warren, Ohio. Jerry Crawford is celebrating his 78th from Marquette, Michigan. Kim Nicewander is 45 from Hilliard, Ohio. And we got a couple more to go. But happy birthday to each and every one out there.
Now the 2-1 to Kipnis. Hit on the ground at first. Fair ball as Teixeira takes it himself. 1 down. Hey, don't miss Subway Browns postgame live tonight following the Browns-Eagles game. Michael Regai will have postgame player interviews, press conference coverage. Subway Browns postgame live tonight after the Browns and Eagles right here on Sports Time Ohio. As Dribble Cabrera bounced to second his first time up. Missed inside for ball 1. And now CC Sabathia has drilled his Dribble Cabrera. Warnings
He missed him.
have been issued. No, he drilled him.
He missed him.
He didn't?
He went behind him.
I don't know how in the world that missed him.
And now the warnings are issued. It went behind him. You knew it was just a matter of time. They hit Jeter, so CC just waited a little bit. Now it's time. It comes at Cabrera. And I don't know. Normally, as a hitter, you walk back. There's not much you can say if you're Cabrera. What are you going to charge the mound with CC out there? You knew it was coming.
Drilled to center. Back goes Granderson. It's over his head and gone! Take that! Cabrera with a solo blast, and the Indians have tied the game.
And that's exactly how you respond. Boy, I didn't realize it came the very next pitch. But Cabrera hit his 14th home run. It's the Indians' first hit of the night, and it woke him up. It looked like he might have left a changeup up out over the plate. And you can see the extension by Cabrera. That was a changeup that he goes straight away central. And it's a tie ball game, so he woke him up.
As Dribble Cabrera absolutely smoked that ball to straightaway center field. And the Indians come back to tie it as Shin-Soo Choo looks at a breaking ball for strike one. Down low. 2 balls and a strike. And a foul ball by Chu. Looked like he was caught in between. 2-2.
If you remember in that first at bat, he got Chu. Started that breaking ball at him and ran it on the inside part of the plate. And he was, getting out of the way. So he was just checking here. He proved he could throw that breaking ball in there the first time. It might not even have been a strike.
Down low. Full count. So the first ball the Indians hit out of the infield goes out of the yard as well.
That's a good thing, because that's the only ball they've hit hard tonight. Comes after a brushback pitch or a purpose pitch or whatever you want to call it, trying to drill Cabrera because of Jeter getting hit in the head, and he makes him pay.
Now the 3-2. And a liner to second caught by Cano, 2 down. Two down now for Carlos Santana, who grounded to short his first time up. Weekly tap to short. And Derek Jeter, low throw, dug out by Teixeira, inning over. But as Dribble Cabrera gets one thrown behind him, and on the next pitch, drills it out to tie the game.
Brought to you by Panini's with 17 locations in Northeast Ohio. By Levin's, home of the Sealy Posturepedic mattress made right here in Northeast Ohio. By Kia, Cleveland.com. And by First Merit Bank. One our score as we go to the 5th inning. Corey Kluber, who really struggled at the outset, has settled in nicely. He had bases loaded, a run already in, and only 1 out in the 1st inning. But he got a strikeout and a fly out to end that frame. Then bases loaded, 1 out in the 2nd inning, and a double play ball got him out of that mess. Since then, no Yankee has reached. Check swing. And he went too far, says Adrian Johnson at first base. Swung on and missed. Good breaking ball. League leaders brought to you by your Cleveland Akron area Lexus dealers. Coming into tonight, Derek Jeter with 169 hits. He's added 1 to that total. He's well ahead of Miguel Cabrera of Detroit.
Well, Cabrera hurt himself yesterday. He's DHing today.
Jeter out looking as Corey Kluber continues his solid effort here tonight. That's his 5th strikeout.
Well, he comes up. He got him to check his swing on the curveball, and then he drills it fastball, outside edge. Now, that's the location you want to be. Down at the knees, away. We showed you in the 1st inning or the first couple innings, everything was upstairs with him. He's starting to getting that ball down where he wants to be, and he's been retiring a lot of Yankee hitters.
Down low. Now, Rick, there are reports swirling in Boston that there could be a mega deal between the Dodgers and the Red Sox in the next 24 to 36 hours as Swisher bangs a base hit into right field. Even though the trading
Gonzalez.
Even though the trading deadline is come and gone, you can still do waiver wire deals. There's one mega deal potentially on the table that would send Adrian Gonzalez, Josh Beckett, Carl Crawford, and Nick Punto to the Dodgers. Now, where they're going to find room for all those guys, I have no idea. But that's one deal, and then there's a separate deal that could involve just Josh Beckett and Gonzalez, but there's enough rumor chatter on this deal that tell you that something is up.
Well, they throw out guys on the waiver wire all the time.
There's a drive to deep left field. It is off the wall. Donald plays the carom. Into third is Swisher. He gets the stop sign there. Cabrera fumbles with the ball, but no harm done as Swisher was already held. And Cano into second base with a double. Well, the Yankees coming right back here in the 5th. Runners at second and third now with 1 out.
Well, you're going through the lineup now for the 3rd time, so they have an idea what Kluber has to offer. And look at that stroke. He's going to take him the other way, and he goes high off the wall in left field. Donald picks it up. It was going to be a double anyway. They got to hold Swisher up. So it's second and third now with 1 out. That'll give Teixeira an opportunity.
Indians pinch in at the corners, but they still play 3 on the right side for Teixeira, who was 0 for 2 on the night. What's interesting about that potential deal is the Dodgers smell blood in the water. They're 3 games back of San Francisco, but with the Giants losing Melky Cabrera, they may feel like the time is right to strike. And that would be a monster deal to acquire Adrian Gonzalez.
I mean, people are talking about Crawford. He's on the DL. You can't trade a guy on the DL, can you? He just had surgery yesterday.
I think you can, but it probably requires permission.
Hear that, Eric? Boston's trying to dump those salaries, too.
Well, I'm sure that's a big part of it. Josh Beckett has a 10-5 rights, so he has to approve a trade. So I think there's a lot there. You know, imagine a deal of this many players. There's a lot of particulars that they have to work through before it can be official. But it sounds like there is something going on.
Well, there's a week till the deadline, right?
Yeah, the 31st. End of August. Yep. You don't see many deals of this magnitude, though, go down in the month of August.
No, but the Dodgers, as you mentioned, new ownership, they're going crazy. They're signing guys left and right, so it wouldn't surprise me for them to try and jump into the mix.
LA's lost 3 in a row, by the way, going into tonight. Giants had won 4 straight.
Well, the Giants just swept them.
Struck him out looking, and Corey Kluber with a big strikeout for out number 2. That's his 6th of the night. And both strikeouts here in this 5th inning have come looking.
It's a breaking ball. He froze him. He thought it was high. That was a good pitch. I'm sorry, that's a good pitch right there. Backdoor breaking ball, locked him up, got out number 2, and that's a big out. Now he's got one tough one to go through here with Granderson. First base is open, though.
In the dirt, and a good pick by Santana.
Well, anytime you call for an off-speed pitch, a breaking ball, you have a man on third base, you got to expect it to be in the dirt. The pitcher wants to keep it down. He spiked that one, and Santana made a good play. He ended up catching it. Normally you just try and knock it down and keep it in front of you. But he was able to hold on to it.
Breaking ball and another good one. No, that's been a terrific pitch for him tonight. But it seems like it takes him a while in his starts to get the feel for it, to be able to throw it effectively.
Well, if you're a starter, you've got to have it from the first pitch on. And it happens with young pitchers. He's going to get out of this.
Over near the stands, Lillibridge. He's got room. He makes the catch. And once again, Corey Kluber strands a couple of Yankees in scoring position. We'll go to the bottom of the 5th, still tied at 1. One our score, bottom of the 5th inning. For the Indians, Michael Brantley, Matt Laporta, and Brent Lillibridge coming up.
Yeah, the Indians with 1 hit. That ball left the yard. Other than that, they haven't had a base runner. They've left nobody. The Yankees have had opportunities to score all night.
Drilled to left. Back goes Ichiro, and he'll make the catch. Brantley hit it hard, but Suzuki got a good jump on it. Game recap brought to you by your Northern Ohio Toyota dealers. Back-to-back doubles by the Yankees in the first inning. Swisher scoring Jeter. That's it for New York. And Asdrubal Cabrera, one pitch after CeCe threw a pitch behind him. He drives it out of here to tie the game. Find out about more than 30 Toyota offers available now. BuyAToyota.com. Hit on the ground and a base hit from Matt Laporta. He was robbed of a hit on a terrific play by Derek Jeter back in the second inning. And this time he socks it right up the gut.
He gets himself a fastball away and gets the ball through the infield for a base hit. So Matt Laporta in his second at bat gets a single.
Man, 1 on, 1 out for Brent Lillibridge. Lillibridge, a strikeout victim his first time up. And takes a strike. Little bit outside. A little bit low, 2-1. Got away from Martin. That's the second time tonight he's just kind of boxed a ball at home plate. Yeah, you can see him shaking his head.
Is that called a ball? I mean, that ball is right down the middle. Oh, no, that's a strike. Yeah, I don't know what happened there. He must have forgot how many fingers he put down.
Breaking ball and a good one. Lillibridge watched it go by, 2 down. 5th strikeout for Sabathia. Back to the studios we go. Here's an in-game update with Al Pawlowski.
All right, Matt, Rick, let's go to Chicago where Michael Saunders continues his hot hitting. He's batting .400 now over his last 7 games and gets this RBI single here in the first inning. Puts Seattle ahead 1-0. Robinson a homer for the M's. Dunn a homer for the White Sox. 2-1 Seattle, second inning. Yep.
All right, 1-1 our score here. Laporta's at first with 2 down, and Shelley Duncan fouls it right back. Down in the dirt. 1 ball, 1 strike. The 1-1. A little bit high. 2 balls and a strike. According to John Paul Morosi and Ken Rosenthal of Fox Sports, they're both reporting that the Dodgers and Red Sox have agreed in principle to this mega deal, and they've reached the final stages of negotiations tonight. Adrian Gonzalez, Josh Beckett, Carl Crawford, Nick Punto all going to the Dodgers for James Loney and some prospects. Duncan with a liner up the middle. It gets by Cano, who can't corral it. And stopping at second base is Matt Laporta. So Duncan keeps the inning alive with a base hit, and the Indians have 2 on with 2 out.
This is one where they shifted on Duncan now. They had more guys over on the left side of the infield, and Duncan, look at that, hits it to the second base side of second base and gets a base hit. That ball looked like it went off the wrist of Cano, but it keeps the inning going. A 2-out infield single. That'll give Jason Donald a chance now.
Donald grounded out to first base, his first time up. And down at the feet. He got him on the foot, and the bases are loaded. Like a breaking ball that came down and in and caught him on the foot, so they're loaded up with 2 down for Jason Kipnis.
The old back foot slider, it was legitimate this time because he throws the back foot slider and it got him in the back foot. He jumped out of the way. He didn't think it was going to come all the way in, but you watch him. It gets him right on the shoe, right on the toe. So that'll load the bases up now with 2 outs and see if the Indians can get a 2-out base hit and take the lead. It's been the Yankees doing all the damage and leaving runners on base to this point, but now the Indians have an opportunity.
Jason Kipnis, a .342 hitter on the year with runners in scoring position, and they're loaded up with 2 down here in the 5th. The Yankees have already left 7 men on base. Left them loaded in the first. Left 2 on in the second. 2 more here in the top half of this 5th inning. And a chopper to first will end the inning. So Sabathia gets out of a bases loaded quandary. And after 5, we remain tied at 1. A 1-1 ball game, 6th inning now. And the Indians go to the bullpen. '50th appearance of the year for Tony Sipp. No wins, 2 losses, .475 ERA. And he'll be facing Eric Chavez, Russell Martin, and Raul Ibanez.
Boy, for Corey Kluber, it didn't look good at the start. First 2 hitters, they already had a run in, but he ended up grinding 5 out of there. And he hung in there and did a nice job.
Highlight reel brought to you by your Northeast Ohio Ford dealers. And you're right, Rick. Corey Kluber, instead of caving in and allowing a big inning, he really manned up and pitched his way out of trouble.
Again, that first inning was his issues. He's been leaving balls upstairs, middle of the plate, and then for whatever reason, he settles in. His breaking ball was sharp. His change up, he got a feel. And what got him through the first couple innings was that cutter. So now you turn it over to the bullpen, and it's up to Tony Sipp and the rest of that Tribe bullpen now in a 1-1 game.
And a strike called to Eric Chavez. Twice Eric Chavez has struck out tonight. Fastball fouled back out of play. Hey, tonight after our postgame coverage of the Browns and the Eagles, stay tuned for the debut of high school football game of the week. It's a West Side rivalry when Avon faces Avon Lake. The Notre Dame College high school game of the week tonight after postgame coverage of Browns football. Line to center. Brantley coming in, slides and makes the catch. Terrific play by Michael Brantley in center field for out number 1.
Well, Sipp left the pitch up in the zone that Chavez hits hard. Ball had some top spin to it, but Michael comes in, makes a sliding catch. Good play. That's the only way he was going to be able to catch that ball. Get down, pick it up before it hits the ground. Getting that leadoff man, it's a big out.
Now Russell Martin 0 for 2 on the night. That's hit hard into the gap left center field. Over to cut it off is Jason Donald. And Martin aboard with a 1-out single. Jeter, the all-time leader in hits as a shortstop. Who's second, who's third?
Omar's got to be up there, doesn't he? And also
his idol.
Counterpart. Yeah, Louis Aparicio.
Called a strike over the outside corner to Raul Ibanez, who is 0 for 2.
A couple more birthday wishes. John Laird of Coshocton is turning 79. Jerry Lowmiller of Fresno, California, 75. And Juan Torres of Gahana is turning 28. Happy birthday.
Ibanez a swing and a miss at a fastball. It's 0-2. Cody Allen getting loose. Hit on the ground weakly to second. Kipnis gets the out there. They try to turn 2, but the ball is thrown. Did it stay? No. It went down into the dugout. And so now going down to second base will be Ibanez. Lillibridge probably should have just held on to it. Ball wasn't really hit hard enough to turn two.
You're right. It wasn't. That's one you put in your back pocket. He's trying to make the outstanding play, but what you do, you give up the extra base here, throwing this one wild. It's Cabrera giving way to Lillibridge. He came over there because of the shift. Now, I don't know if on the slide that he hit Lillibridge's foot and sort of sent him in a different direction. I'm not sure. I'd have to look at it again, but that was a bad throw. He may have been hit down at second base.
Well, now Ichiro steps in with a runner at second and 2 down. He has singled and grounded out tonight.
Let's see if he gets hit down there on the foot of some kind. Martin gets down there. Well, he made him pick his feet up in a hurry, and the throw was just way off line. He really had he should have just held on to it.
Up and away, 2-0. Santana out to talk with Tony Sipp. They're in the 6th inning in St. Petersburg. Tampa leads Oakland 3-2. Tampa began the day just 2.5 and back in New York in the AL East. All of a sudden, they're knocking on the door.
Think about this. This is the 3rd time that they've had a no-hitter thrown against them, or in this case, the perfect game. They've won, what, 8 in a row? Since that perfect game. They've been awfully close to it, 7 in a row.
Well, they've won 2 coming into tonight, so they must have a loss
7 out of 8.
somewhere.
7 out of 8 then.
It never seems to phase them, though. It's like, oh, well, we've got no hit again. Let's go.
This is the 3rd consecutive time, and that's in the last couple of years.
2-0 pitch. And a fastball called a strike, 2-1. The 2-1 pitch. Outside. 3 balls and a strike. Seattle in their 8-game winning streak in Chicago. They're tied with the White Sox 2-2 in the 3rd inning. The White Sox began the day with a 1.5 game lead over Detroit in the Central. Both teams having won 3 in a row. Detroit losing at home to the Angels 2-0 in the 6th. Popped him up. Back goes Kipnis. He says he's got it. He does. And Tony Sipp pitches a scoreless 6th inning. We stayed tied at 1. Bottom of the 6th inning. And we got a 1-1 ball game. For the Indians is Dribble Cabrera, Shin-Soo Choo, and Carlos Santana. Cabrera with a solo homer, the only run of the game tonight for the Indians. And takes a look at a ball down low. That was the 66th pitch of the night for Sabathia.
And there's no restrictions on him tonight. You know, he can be his normal self and go 100 pitches and plus, but I don't know if they'd send him out there for 120 like he has done in the past.
2-0 the count. Up high, 3-0. Well, when you're Joe Girardi and you're 20 games over 500, you've got to look maybe bigger picture with Sabathia. Like you said, you're not going to take any unnecessary chances in a game like tonight.
No, absolutely.
First start back.
I mean, they desperately, they would love to have a win.
Ball 4, a 4-pitch walk to Cabrera, and the Indians hit their leadoff man aboard for the only time tonight. It's Miller time, brought to you by Miller Lite. As promised earlier, back in the 4th inning, is Dribble Cabrera at the plate. Derek Jeter had been hit by a pitch earlier in the game. Sabathia threw one intended for Cabrera, but he missed and threw it behind him. Next pitch, goodbye. Cabrera tying the game.
What a way to do it, you know? There's nothing better than that when you're a hitter and you're in that situation. Well, you get knocked down, get back up, and do some damage. He certainly did. At that point, it was the first hit for the Indians. They didn't even have a base runner. And it was the only base runner they had up until last inning. A 1-out single by Matt Laporta.
Chu 0 for 2, lined out to second base his last time up. Hit it hard, though. And that squibbed foul the other way. Go with the fastball, but he misses. .42 out of the 72 pitches thrown by Sabathia tonight have been strikes. He went 9 up, 9 down, struck out 4 in the first 3 innings. And then retired Kipnis for 10 in a row to start the game before the home run by Cabrera. And I mentioned Chu lined out hard to second, and then in the 5th inning they had a couple of base hits off of him. Now a walk to Cabrera to open this 6th inning. And a swing and a miss. Slow curveball got him, 6th strikeout. 1 down.
Well, head down to Progressive Field for a fireworks show tomorrow night. It's presented by Discount Drug Mart. You can see the Indians and the Yankees in Game 2 of this 3-game series. Enjoy a post-game fireworks tribute to Bruce Springsteen. That's tomorrow night, so log on to Indians.com. Get your tickets. Fireworks tonight, fireworks tomorrow.
And Carlos Santana taking a strike. And beautiful weather for this sort of last grasp of summer. School starting.
Heading into, Labor Day, and it's really beautiful.
Yeah.
So overall, I think it's been a great summer.
Sure has.
For some, a little too hot, but I think it's been great.
Hit in the hole and a base hit to right field. Cabrera hits the bag at second. He's going to turn and burn. He'll easily get to third. Boy, it wasn't hit that hard, but Rick, it was perfectly hit where the defense was playing. You talk about hit them where they ain't? That's exactly what Santana did.
Isn't that the truth? You know, Mark Teixeira is one of the best first basemen in the league, but this was a high hopper. Obviously, he felt he couldn't get there because he immediately went to first base. But being watched, where it's not hit that hard, I thought he might have a chance. But you know what? CC never covers first base. So if he does get it, I don't know if he would have had to play anyway. CC's one pitcher that
watch Sabathia. He never moves.
No, I mean, he didn't. That's why Teixeira's made a couple of plays tonight. He knew that if he gets it, CC's not going to be there to flip it to even for an out. But you're right. You call it perfectly placed. You couldn't have rolled it any better there if you're Santana. They have runners at the corners now.
And a chance to take the lead as Michael Brantley steps in. He's 0 for 2 tonight. He hit the ball hard his last time up, lining one to pretty deep left field. And a line drive fouled on the right side. Well, he blistered it. But it's just a loud strike.
Well, he was waiting for that fastball inside that time. He gets and turns on it.
A little bit in off the plate, and it's 1-1. On the 1-1. In the dirt, smothered by Russell Martin. Mentioned earlier that Sandy Alomar is coaching at first base tonight for the Indians. Tom Wiedenbauer, the Indians' everyday first base coach, unfortunately not with the team due to an unexpected death in the family. So Sandy taking over at first, and Manny Acta's longtime confidant, right-hand man Tim Tolman, serving as the bench coach. The 2-1, a throw to first instead, but Santana not far off the bag. There is Tolley, longtime friend and companion of Manny Acta. He coached Manny in the minor leagues. And Manny was a player. 2-1 pitch. And a foul tip. It's 2-2.
Well, Michael, he was looking in there. He expanded his zone, looking for the fastball in with the count in his favor. He just fouled it off. This one might have been in off the plate. But sometimes as a hitter, when you're looking for a pitch and you're looking for that same location, you will expand it. He just fouled it off.
Key spot in the game right here. Tied at 1 in the 6th. First and third, one out, and the pitch is swung on and fouled, and he stays alive.
Like so many times when you get a runner in scoring position, those pitchers, they like to pound you inside. They make you work those hands to get you out of there. Then they get you looking in there, and finally then they'll go something soft and away. But, you know, they want to make sure you know that they're coming inside on you. That way, it just, as a hitter, you just don't look away.
And remember, in his first at bat, he froze him with that breaking ball.
Yeah, you have a look at it. That's why it's a third time up. So he has an idea and a game plan here, and we'll see what the execution's going to be.
There's that curveball, and this time Brantley fights it off.
Enough to stay, get a piece of it and stay alive, live for another pitch. He's out in front, but he keeps his hands back enough. See, sometimes, you get fooled by pitches and you commit, but as long as your hands are back, if they go with you when that front side goes, you're in trouble because you've got nothing left in the swing. He did exactly what he had to do. Just foul that off. That wasn't a good pitch to hit anyway.
The 2-2. Swung on and missed. He came back with another breaking ball, and he gets Brantley. That's the 7th strikeout tonight for Sabathia.
Yeah.
2 down in the inning.
I give CC credit there. He came right back and threw a dandy. That was a good breaking ball right there. Look at Martin sitting away, and he took a little more off of it, and it was down.
Yep.
I mean, it had good bite to it. And, you make a good pitch, you're going to get an out. And he made a good pitch, and that was what he was looking for. He was looking for the strikeout.
David Phelps getting loose for the Yankees. Matt Laporta singled his last time up. Laporta singled right up the middle. Jeter playing him over towards third, playing him as a dead pull hitter. And a swing and a miss. And it's quickly 0-2. His curveball has been very effective for him in this inning. You got Chu, you got Brantley, and now he's buried Laporta in the count 0-2. Sabathia's 85th pitch of the night coming up here. And that one in the dirt. Laporta able to lay off.
Tried to get him to chase when they had a pitch to deal with. You get ahead of him 0-2 to see if he would chase that breaking ball, but he did not.
And obviously confidence in Russell Martin that he's going to smother it with that runner at third base. Swung on and missed. He struck him out with another breaking ball. And Sabathia punches out 3 here in the 6th as the Indians strand the runner at third.
Palooza returning to the ballpark this coming Wednesday night. There's still time for you to get your tickets for you and your pooch to get on out here to the ballpark. Palooza presented by the Northeast Ohio Regional Sewer District. It's going to be a fun night. We also have Sugardale Dollar Dog Night. And if that's not enough for you, you can always stop by the concession stand and take advantage of those classic combo deals. Only $8. If you still need your tickets, log on right now. All the information is online at Indians.com.
Indians will go back to their bullpen here in the 7th inning as Cody Allen comes on to face the top of the order. Derek Jeter, Nick Swisher, Robinson Cano coming up. And for Cody Allen, this will mark his 13th appearance. No wins or losses. He has not allowed an earned run. 13 2/3 innings. He's given up just 6 hits. He has walked 9. But he has struck out 10.
I mean, when you're just coming up, what was he, a draft pick last year? That's a nice streak to start your career on. You come up and, I don't care how you started. He's a young kid, you know he's nervous. I remember the first time he pitched, he came in, he tried to throw it through a wall. Nerves, obviously. Mm-hmm. Overthrowing his breaking ball. But he has settled in. He's got a good breaking ball, and he throws in the mid-90s. And he's got a nice arm. I'll tell you, I was impressed when we were in Seattle, the arms they have coming out of that bullpen. They have some guys that can get it up there 97, and not just one.
Cody Allen, by the way, was a 23rd round pick last year.
Yeah, there you go. 23rd rounder, and he's already in the big leagues, and he's off to a terrific start.
Fastball hit out of play. Yeah, that's just another example, though, of how tricky and unpredictable the draft is. I mean, he's got a good arm, and yet he lasted until the 23rd round.
Yeah. Well, I guess it's like a crapshoot.
Yeah.
You know, you see guys and guys with the best stuff that you really love. Sometimes they just don't pan out. A lot of times, not sometimes. But, you know, again, working on in his defense, they haven't seen him yet. Nobody's seen this guy. He's got good enough stuff. There's a nice curveball.
Cabrera goes a long way to get it. Throws. Laporta can't dig it out. And Jeter will go down to second base.
Well, right there is the difference when Cabrera makes a play and throws to first base, and Laporta doesn't pick it, and it gets into the dugout. And that's the one thing that hasn't happened this year is with Casey Kochman there. Casey can pick it and has saved a lot of errors. Now, that's a do-or-die play. That's going as a base hit, but the error is going to come on the throw that's not picked. And, you know, that's a play right there, Laporta. You know, that's – what are you going to do?
Well, the Yankees are going to try to get Derek Jeter over to third base.
Well, it won't be by bunt.
No, they're not going to do that. They haven't. Let's see, how many sacrifice bunts do they even have?
I don't know, but they have 193 homers.
They have 17 sacrifice bunts, believe it or not. Swisher has none.
So, yeah.
And he takes a strike.
You look out there for these guys, they go out and they say, all right, I'll get the bad head out. I'll pull the ball.
Sure.
I'm going to pull it. You just find a way to get them over. This is a veteran team. With young hitters, you worry about bunting. But that's the start of an inning, so we'll see if the young man has it in him.
That is hit a ton. Deep right center field. Brantley looking up, and it's gone. Nick Swisher puts the Yankees on top with a 2-run homer here in the 7th. 3-1 New York.
Well, and he surrenders his first runs. Came on a fastball. Swisher was ready for it and hit it a ton. Right center field, his second hit tonight. So the base hit by Jeter. Look at that fastball out over the plate. He got it. Put a good swing on it. For Swisher, his 19th home run, give him 3 RBIs. He now has 72 on the year. Look at him. He's pumped. That breaks the 1-1 tie. It's a 3-1 Yankees lead. (194th home run by the Yankees this year.
That's why they don't bunt. Nick Swisher, 19 home runs. And he's way down the totem pole in this club. Out of play. Teixeira has 23. Curtis Granderson has 32. Robinson Cano, the batter, has 25. Then you get down to Swisher. Allen's 1-2 pitch, out of play. The 1-2 and a breaking ball hit to second base where Jason Kipnis will throw him out. One down. We'll go back to the studios for an in-game update with Al Pulowski.
Hey, Matt, tonight in Detroit, the Angels and Tigers scoreless into the sixth inning. Howie Kendrick with a couple aboard, plugs the gap in left center, scores them both. That's been it tonight. Zach Greinke, a 4-hit shutout into the seventh inning. 2-0 Angels in Motown. Matt?
All right, thanks, Al. And in Chicago, the White Sox lead the Mariners now 4-2. So if that holds up in Detroit, then Chicago, if they go on to win, they could close the gap to a half game. Or I should say they could increase their lead.
To 2.5.
To 2.5, yeah. Had them flip-flop. Cody Allen's 1-1 is hit weakly on the ground. Laporta will flip it to Cody Allen, and that's out number 2. Nick Swisher, who played at Ohio State University.
Look at him, OH. He knows. For all his friends, family, fans.
He's quite a character.
He enjoys playing the game. A lot of personality.
Curtis Granderson 1 for 3 on the night.
Then again, everybody'd have fun if you hit a 2-run homer to give your team the lead.
But you remember, even when he was with Oakland, he was like rambunctious.
Yeah,
and
he's,
just, you know.
Well, he's a free agent at the end of the year, and some say that he may not be back there, not because of production. They have other issues, but he's been a good player for them.
Outside, 2-1. Right back to the screen. 2 balls, 2 strikes.
Yeah, these guys, you can see they're sitting. They get that count in their favor. They're looking dead red from the youngster, Cody Allen.
And he got him. Santana will flip it down to first. That'll end the inning. But the Yankees get a 2-run homer from Nick Swisher. And they now lead it 3-1 as we go to the bottom of the 7th. And the stretch is brought to you by the Cleveland Clinic. Join the free walking program, Let's Move It, Mondays at Progressive Field and the Metro Park Zoo. Visit letsmoveit.org for more information. Get a look in from our Panini's camera. Nice crowd on this Friday night here at Progressive Field. Indians, Yankees. Stop by and get overstuffed at Panini's Bar and Grill. Tribe down 3-1. And CC Sabathia back out here for the bottom of the 7th inning. He's had 86 pitches, so in all likelihood this will be his last inning of work as the Yankees have activity in their bullpen. Brent Lillibridge looks at a ball down low. He has struck out twice tonight. Falling behind late in a ball game is never a recipe for success. But for all the years I can remember, falling behind the Yankees late in the game is almost certain defeat because of Mariano Rivera. When he went down this year, you kind of thought, wow, how's that going to be for Joe Girardi? The security blanket of Mariano Rivera, who Joe Torre leaned on for all those years.
Well, he's been the best in the business.
And what do you know that Rafael Soriano steps in with 31 saves and has an ERA of 1.64.
Well, there it is in Kansas City for Rivera, just shagging things he's done his whole career. Yep. Going over to get a fly ball, landed funny, and that knee, and you won't see him the rest of the year. But as you're saying, you're right. Well, that's what they did. They went out and signed Soriano after he had the year with Tampa as a setup man behind Rivera. But, maybe he could take his place, and it's paid dividends. They're paying that setup man an awful lot of money, but
an incredible insurance policy.
Yes, it was.
Shelley Duncan grounds one to third. Routine for Chavez. 2 down. The Rise Above It golf outing is September 29th at Sweetbriar Golf Club. Rise Above It, a nonprofit organization that provides financial help to individuals and families affected by adolescent or young adult cancer. The golf outing includes golf, lunch, prizes, and a clam-baked dinner. Visit raibenefit.org to register and to help out a great cause. Two down for Jason Donald, who was hit by a pitch his last time up on a back foot slider that literally hit him in the back foot. Right-hander David Robertson is up in that Yankee bullpen. And a swing and a miss. Down on the dirt. Sabathia wants a new baseball as he tries to set him down 1-2-3 here for the first time since the third inning. He retired the first 9 Indians, actually the first 10 Indians in a row to start the game before Cabrera's homer tied the game at 1 in the 4th inning. There's Cabrera, who had a pitch thrown behind him by Sabathia in retaliation for a pitch that hit Derek Jeter in the helmet. Now the 1-2. Fouled off by Donald, and he stays alive. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Now the 1-2. And it's a liner to second to end the inning. Tribe goes 1-2-3. And we'll go to the 8th. 3-1 New York.
The authority of the Cleveland Indians and may not be reproduced or retransmitted in any form. And the accounts and descriptions of this game may not be disseminated without the express written consent of the Cleveland Indians.
CC Sabathia looks like his night's over after 7 strong innings of work here this evening, giving up just 1 run on 4 hits. For the Indians, Esmail Rogers will be the 4th Cleveland pitcher to work. He'll face the 6, 7, and 8 hitters. Eric Chavez, Russell Martin, and Raul Ibanez due up. Fastball strike to the outside corner. A little bit low, 1 ball, 1 strike. Breaking ball and a good one. Hits him ahead 1-2. Swung on and missed. 1 down here in the 8th. That's the 3rd strikeout for Eric Chavez tonight. In-game box score brought to you by your Northern Ohio Hyundai dealers, who invite you to come see the all-new 2012 Sonata. Visit NorthernOhioHyundaiDealers.com today. Well, Nick Swisher's had a big night, driving in 3 runs.
Yeah, top of the order, Jeter, Swisher. They've done all the damage.
Yep.
1st inning, 7th inning.
Russell Martin 1 for 3 tonight. Fastball upstairs. 2-0. Line to center field. Brantley got a weird jump, but he makes the catch. 2 down. That's that ball hit right out of center fielder. Sometimes hard to judge. It might have been knuckling on him too, Rick.
I think originally, let's take a look at it here and see his jump. I don't know if his wheels were spinning right when he got started and slipped a little bit. He was going to come in and then had realized that was going to stay up a little bit on him.
Well, he did what you've always said good center fielders do. Freeze first. Don't overreact first. Then you've got double the ground to make up.
Yeah, if you can, just turn sideways until you can pick up the baseball. Michael's done a good job in center field this year.
1-1 the count for Raul Ibanez. Fastball, and it's in there. 96 miles an hour, and he gets ahead 1-2. Breaking ball in the dirt. Ibanez wouldn't bite. Two-two pitch. A little bit outside and a full count. Ichiro would be next. And a fastball threw it right by him. A 1-2-3 8th inning for Esmail Rogers. And the Indians trail it 3-1 as we go to the bottom of the 8th. New York 3, Cleveland 1, bottom of the 8th inning, and look who's back for more. CC Sabathia, we thought his night was over after Larry Rothschild, the pitching coach, was talking to him, but he must have said, no, I'm good. He's only had 97 pitches on the night. And he went through them 1, 2, 3. In the 7th, he's retired 5 in a row. And a strike called. Got to believe it's David Robertson staying loose in the Yankee bullpen. We'll see how long a leash Sabathia has should the Indians get somebody aboard. And Kipnis way out in front. 0-2 the count. Jason 0 for 3 tonight. Robertson just staying loose. This will be pitch number 100 for the big left-hander. And then he strikes him out on 3 pitches. And that's 9 strikeouts now for Sabathia. 1 down in the 8th.
Yeah. We told you, he's a second-half pitcher. This guy, when he gets it rolling, he's got all 3 pitches, the fastball, the slider, the changeup. He keeps you off balance, and he's made it look easy. Again, there he was out to face one more hitter. Joe said, okay.
I guess he had 100 pitches exactly.
Well, that 100 pitches, but he let him go get the left-hander. Then you got Cabrera, the switch hitter, and then Chu. But, you know, maybe that's it. I'm going to get him to his 100-pitch mark, whatever. But a good start.
He's out. David Robertson's coming on when we come back. New York with a 3-1 lead here in the bottom of the 8th inning. Sabathia goes 7 in the 3rd with 9 strikeouts, and he gives way to David Robertson. Robertson will be facing Asdrubal Cabrera.
Now, this guy is definitely a strikeout pitcher, as you can see. 56 in his 41 in the 3rd innings this year. He led all of baseball last year, all relievers. And 4th in the majors with 100 strikeouts last year. And a guy, you talk about the fastball, very sneaky, quick fastball. It gets on you in a hurry. You'll see some late swings. A little cutter right there to get ahead.
Missed inside.
You know, I guess if you're in a Yankees uniform and you don't throw a cutter, you should be fine. Because the guy that throws the best cutter in the world and ever can sit there and work with you and teach you how to throw it. And you see, then that's where that 92, that cutter was at 90, 91, but that little 92 sneaks on you. And, you know, a lot like Vinny Pastano, where you see a lot of late swings on him.
Must be something about the Yankees and coming to Cleveland, too. You can see Robertson swatting at the bugs.
Yeah, he spent some time on the DL this year, missed 28 games with an oblique strain. Look at that change up. Good movement, gets a strikeout. That's 10 strikeouts tonight. Watch the movement going away. Out of the zone after running the cutter in, a good fastball in.
I mean, it was up, but it had some serious runs.
Two-seam fastball, or because it was at, 89? So everything's been within 90 miles an hour, a couple of miles an hour each way, but it was everyone's moving a different direction.
Now Shin-Soo Choo 0 for 3. Out of play. And a ground ball to short. Routine play for Derek Jeter. And the Indians go 1-2-3. We'll go to the ninth. 3-1 New York. Ninth inning here at Progressive Field. Indians down 3-1. Chris Perez will come on to try to hold the Yankees at bay and see if the Indians have a rally left in them in the bottom of the ninth inning. Perez on for the 49th time this year. You know, when you lose 11 in a row and then you lose 8 in a row, there's not a lot of work for the closer. They'll face Ichiro, Derek Jeter, and Nick Swisher.
Yeah, you get into a string, and sometimes you have to give them rest because when you're in a groove where you're winning, like they were in the first half, all right, we got to give you a day off. They pitched 3 days in a row. Now it's the other end of the spectrum. Tough enough to find them some work. And here it's in a 3-1 deficit.
Ichiro 1 for 3 on the night. And it's outside ball one. 27,986 the attendance tonight here at Progressive Field. Big fireworks show coming up after the ball game tonight, and another one for tomorrow night. Still tickets available if you have plans. Come on down, check out the Indians and the Yankees. Another beautiful night. It's been a spirited game by the Tribe here tonight, but once again the same problem. They cannot get enough runs on the board.
4 hits?
Yeah, 4 hits. It's
a solo home run that left the yard.
Now, granted, nobody wants to hear it when you're in the midst of an 8-game losing streak, but Sabathia pitched awfully well here tonight.
Yeah, we've been saying that for about 3 straight weeks, though.
That's what I'm saying. That's why nobody really wants to hear it. But I think tonight, legitimately, you could say he could have shut a lot of teams down. Hit on the ground hard. Diving stop by Kipnis from the outfield grass. Throws him out. Fine defensive play by Jason Kipnis for out number 1.
Good play. Ranging to his left. That ball hit hard. I thought it was going to get under his glove, but it comes up at the last moment as he's ranging to his left. He'll pick it up and fire out Ichiro, who still gets down the line very well. He's got the play in front of him. Kipnis gets to the knee, gets up, gets rid of it in a hurry, and retires Ichiro. Good play.
And now Derek Jeter. Couple of hits on the night. He's also scored 2 runs. And a fastball strike at the knees from Perez. Another fastball at the knees. Perfect pitch right there. Outside corner, it's 0-2. They're going out there again, but that one came back over the plate.
Yeah, for the most part, it's been Jeter and Swisher that have done the damage. They have 5 of the 9 hits. A couple of doubles. Swisher has every RBI in the ball game for the Yankees.
They've accounted for all 3 of the runs. Jeter scoring twice, Swisher scoring once on his home run trot. Popped him up. Shallow right. In comes Chu. 2 down. Well, Nick Swisher back in the 7th inning. This is the first runs allowed by Cody Allen this year. And this is 13th appearance. And Nick Swisher broke the tie with that 2-run homer. And Swisher back in Ohio and having a field day. 3 for 3. He's also walked. He's a triple shy of the cycle. Down low, ball 1. There is the Yankee closer, Rafael Soriano. Three balls, no strikes. High drive, deep right, back is Chu on the track, and he makes the catch about a stride in front of the wall to end the inning. We go to the bottom of the 9th. Yankees all smiles, leading it 3-1. this season by the Indians. Rick and I each donate $5, and Great Clips donates $50 to the Gathering Place, and our season total, $6,780, thanks to the Cabrera home run hit back in the 4th inning. Great needs, great deeds, Great Clips. Rafael Soriano will try to close this one out for New York. 31 out of 33. So he has had a couple of hiccups. He'll be facing Santana, Brantley, and Laporta here in the 9th. Carlos Santana 1 for 3 on the night. He had a base hit his last time up. Soriano works on the third base side of the rubber and throws a big curveball in for strike 1. Fastball hit right up the middle, and the Indians will bring the tying run to the plate. So Carlos Santana took the breaking ball for strike 1 and then took the fastball right back up the middle. And that will bring up Michael Brantley.
Brings that tying run to the plate.
Down low. Fly ball slicing down the line and out of play. Two and one the count here on Brantley. Stick around afterwards. The Conrad's Tire Express and Total Car Care postgame show comes your way. Brantley in a good count. Takes. It's ball 3. And Matt Laporta waiting on deck. Three-one pitch. Brantley breaks his bat. Soft liner gets through. Santana's going to go all the way to third, and the Indians have runners at the corners with nobody out. It didn't look initially like it was hard enough to make it through the infield, but it was placed perfectly for the second time tonight by an Indians hitter. It just split him.
Yeah, you watch it. It breaks his bat. And watch Cano and Jeter go after it. They both almost looked at each other. Nothing they could do about it, but it's first and third now, so the tying run's on base. And that'll bring up Matt Laporta to give him an opportunity.
And Laporta tonight in his return to the big leagues, 1 for 3 with a base hit. Fouls it off his foot.
Off the front foot.
Manny Acta coming out to check on Laporta, along with Jeff Desjardins, Indians trainer. He might have hit it off his ankle. And he says he's all right. One swing of the bat could shake a whole lot of misery for this club. A tying run, Michael Brantley at first base. Draws a throw. Soriano sets in the 0-1. Low and away. Checked, and he said he went 1-2.
Trying to stay back. You'd like to see him stay back on some and try and shoot it the other way. Force him to, even take that fastball inside his. That's the pitch he's going to try and get you to roll over on. He's looking for the double play he'll take or the punch out.
1-2 pitch. It's low and it gets away from Martin. Down to second goes Brantley. The tying run in scoring position.
Well, that's a big play now. That takes the double play out of order. And now, with nobody out, that tying run is in scoring position. So that was a big wild pitch there.
You're not a kid.
For the Indians. That's.
And Brantley, a very smart base runner. He'll take his lead at second. And Laporta awaits the 2-2 pitch. Popped up, foul, and it will go into the seats. Back-to-back singles to open the ninth by the Indians, Santana and Brantley. And now after the wild pitch, they're at second and third with nobody out. Swung on and missed. He chased one up high. That's the 11th strikeout for Yankee pitching here tonight. One down in the inning.
Well, it's been a steady diet of sliders, and that one was a fastball up above the belt. He was looking down and away and throws it by him upstairs. Blows his fastball by him.
We got a pinch hitter coming up now for Brent Lillibridge, Ezekiel Carrera, and that brings out the pitching coach, Larry Rothschild. Shelley Duncan waiting on deck. Pops it foul. Ichiro gives it a look but can't get to it. Carrera has 17 hits in 53 at-bats, and now Casey Kochman has moved to the on-deck circle. Up high with the heater. One down, bottom of the ninth. Tying run at second base for the Indians. And he couldn't help himself. Chased after it again. He can't lay off that high heater.
Well, when you're a pinch hitter and Carrera comes up here and you've got the tying runs out there, he went after the first pitch. So if you're looking breaking ball, then you don't swing at the fastball. But usually you're sitting dead red. If you get the breaking ball first pitch, you'll give it to him. So he's sort of backwards.
Pops it up on the infield. Jeter calling for it. 2 down. Casey Kochman will be the batter with 2 on and 2 out. And for Casey Kochman, he is 0 for 3 as a pinch hitter. Shelley Duncan, who would have been the batter, but there you got to go with the matchup here. You go the left-handed bat. Kochman getting the call from Manny Acta. Can he deliver here? Soriano misses outside for ball 1. Outside again. 2 balls, no strikes. Now Casey's got himself in a good spot here, 2-0. First base is open. Right-handed hitting Jason Donald waiting on deck. Soriano aims, misses up and away. It's ball 3. They're going to put him on. So they will intentionally walk Casey Kochman here to load the bases for Jason Donald. And Donald is going to be called back for a pinch hitter. And it's going to be Jack Hanahan who will try to deliver the Indians from this 8-game losing streak. And Hanahan as a pinch hitter 0 for 1 on the year. Well, here we go. Bases loaded, 2 down, bottom of the ninth. Tribe down 3-1, and Jack Hanahan steps in, batting .220 on the year. Soriano delivers, and Hanahan takes a strike. 27,986. Minus a slew of Yankee fans. Hoping to see the Indians come from behind here in the bottom of the ninth. But now Hanahan down on the count, 0-2. Rafael Soriano, one strike away from his 32nd save of the year. Now Russell Martin wants to go out and talk things over. Even a 3-1 game against the Yankees can't be played in under 3 hours. Here's the set in the 0-2. Fouled out of play. Michael Brantley, the tying run at second base. Casey Kochman, the winning run at first. In the dirt and a good block by Martin.
Try to get him to chase that one in the dirt. Now see if he goes and tries to throw that fastball by him like he did a couple of guys in the inning. Got Laporte upstairs.
Yeah, up the ladder. And the 1-2. Fouled off by Jack. Soriano getting a workout. He's already made 26 pitches in the inning. Gave up back-to-back singles to start it. Then got a strikeout and a pop-up before intentionally walking Casey Kochman after he fell behind in 3-0. Now he's ahead of Hanahan 1-2 as this crowd eager to see the Indians walk off. The 1-2. Checked. It's up high. 2 balls and 2 strikes.
That's the one I was waiting for.
Yeah.
Right there. Hanahan able to check it, but he had to change the eye level. Too many breakouts, just a little bit too high. He wanted to. He didn't go, so he lives for another pitch. See if he comes back with the breaking ball.
The 2-2. Ground ball to first. Teixeira stumbles and takes it himself to end the game. The Indians load him up, but cannot score. And the Yankees win it by a final score tonight of 3-1. As the Indians fall for the 9th straight time and for the 22nd time in their last 26 games. Time now for our key play of the game, brought to you by KeyBank.
Well, you go back to that 7th inning. We're in a 1-1 tie. Cody Allen, who has been great, hasn't given up a run in his first 12 appearances, and Swisher gets him on a heater. Jeter was on with a base hit, went to second on the air, and he was pumped up. Drove in all 3 runs for the Yankees tonight, that coming on his 19th home run of the year.
Play of the game brought to you by KeyBank. Earn double rewards points during the KeyBank Summer of Rewards. So the Yankees win it 3-1. They stop their 3-game skid and send the Indians to their 9th straight defeat. We're back with the Conrad's Tire Express and Total